Hey guys, it's Raven coming back at you for the 2018 Pagan Challenge. Today I'm on letter O for my office, my witchy office that I finally got together in our new house. This is up in our loft, so I finally got my own space. So I just want to give you a quick tour and let you see what I've done. So over here I've got just a little catch-all area with some pictures and some those baskets come out for some tchotchkes. Not too much there. This is my armoire that my mother gave me. It's got all kinds of good witchy stuff in there that I'll show you in a little bit. Up top, I just got this new guy. I got him. This is my Raven. He watches over my room, make sure it's safe. I got him at Michael's. It is Halloween. It's October. So they've got all kinds of good stuff, and he was probably about $5, so he's a great deal. I highly recommend you guys go get one or two if you like ravens, and he's pretty big. I mean, you know, compared to my hand, he's a really good size. So anyway, okay. Over here, I've got, that's my little play school boat. I think it's play school. Little people. That's my little people boat, because my boat came in this year. Everything lined up. Got my new job that I wanted. We finally bought a house after about 7 years, and things are going in our favor. This is my witchy corner. I've got my altar down here. Not really completely set up as I want it yet, but I've got some prosperity things going on. I'm working on some new stuff for the Witch's New Year, which is at Samhain, which is next week for us. A couple of my goddess statues, and behind that I've got 2 cork boards. Just some nice personal stuff that I like to hang up, some notes. I like to pull cards from my decks every month or so. I think I might push it up, try to do every week now. I've got old pictures of my baby. This is Bear. He passed about 2 years ago. And this is a picture that my daughter drew me of him. That is me and one of my good buddies back in the day when I was skinny and in shape. And then pictures, I have lots of raven pictures, obviously. I love ravens. They're my totem animal, and I just connect well. If any of you guys don't have this, this is a witch's ladder. So, this I absolutely love. I got this at one of the pagan fairs in Arizona. And if you have a minute, you could stop this video and read this. See if I can get it into view here for you guys. That's pretty good, I guess. And you can read that and write it down if you want to borrow it. And then I just put up little notes here and there. Don't cheat yourself. Keep your eyes on your goal. Fuel your desires. Broom rides, of course. Pictures of me and my husband, and then just some sayings down here. Being a mommy, you know, if you've never been hated by your child, then you've never been a parent. And my favorite, hold me close, let me go. I've got my witch's balls up. My husband just hung these. I've got 3 here and 1 there. God, my phone just doesn't want to focus. Anyway, this is my my desk. I got this at IKEA, and it's fabulous. It was a really cheap price. It's got all these little nooks on the side, so you can buy baskets that you can fill and shove in there to hide all your junk, or you can fill them up like I did. I've got pictures. I've got, you know, just desk stuff like tacks and staplers and measuring tapes and crap. I've got that to keep my paperwork in order. And then underneath, you've got 4 more spaces. So in the back bottom there, I've got empty notebooks. I finally got those all together. I got my spell books in the back there, so people don't touch them or really know where they are. I don't think too many people are going to go under here if they're visiting my house. I've got my journals, because I try to do a new journal every year. And then down here, as well as over here in my file cabinet, what I did, because we moved, one good thing about moving is you have to organize your shit. So I literally took all of my papers that I have been writing for the past 9 years, note-taking and classes and on books, and I've organized them, so like with like, and then I'm going to conglomerate all of them and write it all down, rewrite everything, but in one book. So, you know, if I want to look something up, I don't have to look through hundreds of pieces of paper. Instead, I'm going to have one book. So a lot of stuff's going to go into my book of shadows. I just started another book for herbalism, and I'm going to be putting my crystal stuff in there as well. I'm going to have one for my spells. That'll probably go in the back of my book of shadows, but I just wanted to get everything together and reorganized. This is the top of my desk. As you can see, I've got some pictures of my family. That's my beautiful daughter, and that is my typical daughter. I wanted her as I know her well, giving everyone the finger. Me and my grandma, and me and my husband. I've got some personal things up here that I love. And you know what, at your house, you got to make your desk your own. Things that make you happy and comfortable on your desk. I've got some witchy stuff. My pencils, my colored pencils that I use for my book of shadows, my other books, and coloring. And that, my friends, is an Easter tree. And I'm sure you're all wondering what the hell I have an Easter tree for. That is my Ostara tree, or Easter tree. And every Ostara, what I do is I take my resolutions and I write them down on a piece of paper and I hang them on my tree. So there's, I think, about 6. One will be for, you know, my career, one's for me and my husband, one's for the kids, one's for health, and one's for my witchy stuff. And I just put my goals for the year for those things and hang them up, and then the following year I open them up, see how well I did, and, you know, moving on to the next year and what I need to fix or make better or increase or get rid of, yada, yada, yada. I think I showed you all that already. So, over to the armoire. I've got a lot of stuff jam-packed in here. I'll go through it pretty quick, so I don't bore you. I won't take everything out because we'll be here forever. But at the top is a lot of my books. I've got my witchy books. I've got astrology. I've got tarot. I've got crystal books. I've got gardening books, essential oils, aromatherapy. I have health books up here. You name it, I've got it. In this container, I keep all of my things that I want to burn. I've got my sticks, my incense sticks, and I've got my incense cones. All different kinds, whatever I'm in the mood for. I try to burn those. I burn those a lot, although my husband hates the scents and he's a pain in my ass. Anyway, second shelf, I've got a lot of my oils in the back. And then in this little container over here, these are actually empty, so if I need to mix something or I want to give some oil away to somebody that needs it, I can put them in here. In the back, I've got feathers that I've saved, as well as feathers that I've bought. This feather out. And then just other tchotchkes. I've got seashells that I've collected when I was on the East Coast last year. I've got little candle holders all here. I actually have a couple of these cute little dishes or bowls, what have you. If you want to burn stuff in them, you can. It just holds things on your altar, money or incense or whatever. Mix your herbs. I just love these. I don't know why. They remind me of like The Hobbit. I don't know why. Because they're pottery. Anyway, sorry, going off on tangents here. I've got my adorable box, my Sun and Moon box that I absolutely love. I got this for like $10 in Sedona. at this great store. If you guys ever go to Sedona, there's an area where all the stores are. The very end of the stores, on the right-hand side, there's this great, it's kind of like a hippie store, I call it. They've got some clothing, but they've got all kinds of fun hippie vibe tchotchkes that you can buy. They've got skulls, and they've got, the last time I was there, they had all kinds of crystals, and like I said, they have cool clothing. I've got some really fun stuff there. Inside here, I've got some wands. I've got some stuff that I use to write in my candles when I dedicate them to certain things, when I'm doing spells. Some of these ones I can use for massage therapy because I'm a massage therapist. This is my selenite wand with amethyst on top. I love this one. Also got another nice one here. This one reminded me of the galaxy. Isn't that freaking cool? I love this. It's a nice size. It was like 10 bucks. I got this down on Sahara in Las Vegas. There's the most amazing crystal store called Mineral and Jewelry on Sahara. If you guys ever come to Las Vegas, you have to go to this store. It goes on for days and days and days. Their prices are phenomenal. Like I said, this was like 10 bucks. This store is amazing, honestly. I can't say enough about it. It's not overpriced like most of them are. And they've got an array of things like you can't imagine. This holds my moon water. In the back there, this is something that you can use, or what I use sometimes for my crystal grids. I usually do 1 crystal grid a year, depending on our needs as a family. This past year, instead of doing a crystal grid, I did a selenite tower, and a black tourmaline in the 4 corners of the house, north, east, south, and west, for the black tourmaline for protection, and the selenite for calming energy in the household. And then I did one major one in the center of the home to connect all the energies. So that's what I did instead of 1 grid on my altar like I usually do. This is some incense holders. I got this really cool one. Actually, some of this stuff was my daughter's, and she moved away, and she chose not to take her stuff, so guess what? Finders fucking keepers, right? Until she gets back. So that's one thing that she left behind that I love. It houses incense, and you can burn incense at that. This is another holder. This is a holder. These are my tarot cards, both of these. I keep about 3 decks in each. This box my daughter made me. I keep about 3 decks in each one, and then next to it are the books that pertain to the decks that I have. These are the ones that I pull from every month. In the back there, I've got my coloring books, because you know what? Coloring is a really great way to de-stress. So if any of you need a new idea to de-stress, I'm telling you, get yourself some coloring books on Etsy, or not Etsy, Amazon, and they're a lot of fun. That's just my catch-all for like my glue sticks and all that shit when I'm actually being a little creative. Okay, the far right, I've got some taller candles that would not fit in my candle holder box. And then all of this stuff is where I keep my herbs. So a lot of people, what they choose to do is do single jars for their herbs. And that is a great idea, and I'm not deterring anyone from doing that. And they're really pretty, and if you want to do fancy stickers and you have the time, good for you. However, I find that glass jars can be expensive. Of course, you can, you know, keep the jars that you have and clean them and blah, blah, blah. And ladies, I don't have the space or the time, so what I do is I put my herbs in these beautiful boxes that I get from Michael's. Like this is one that I got from Michael's. That's a box from Michael's. That's a box from Michael's. That one. And they're so pretty. They're so pretty, guys. And they usually have them on sale for like half off. So you can get these anywhere from like, depending on the size, I think this one was like $8. And it's big. It's really big. These bigger ones you could get for like 10 or 12 bucks. So instead of buying glass jars, you can buy one box and you can house for me, half of my herbs in one. So what I do, like, how do you find them? I alphabetize them because, you know, when you move, you got to put your shit in order. And it's an easy way. It takes a little bit of time, and I'm already can hear some of you guys saying, I don't have time for that shit. Well, let me tell you. Do you have time to look for your herbs every freaking time when they're not in order? How long does that take you? So put them in alphabetical order, and you can find what you need immediately. So A and B is in the front here. I've got, like, you know, my bay leaves, my benzone, my bitter root is in there. I've got my cinnamon sticks and my dragon's blood and my elderflower. And then up here I've got more flowers and, what the hell is this? 5-finger grass. I have frankincense, you know, my hibiscus, my lavender, you know, blah, 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 all the way to M, million leaf. And then the next box, which is that red box up there behind the mortal and pestles, goes from N to Z. So, yeah, that's how I do it. I just put them in plastic. It keeps your herbs fresh for a long freaking time. And this big old monster is full of beautiful rose petals that so we rented a house before this house, and they had the most beautiful rose bush in the front, and it would bloom every year, and I'd get so many roses. Like, I'd probably say like a couple of hundred roses. And yeah, I've got a lot of rose petals. So if any of you want some rose petals from my garden, I would be happy to send you some. If you just want to pay for the shipping, I'm good with that. I have no problem with that, because I really have a lot, and it's going to take me a while to go through all this. Not only do I have this, but in the red box in R, I probably have like 5 more containers. So anyway, moving on. This is just a piece of amethyst that I can't find a place for in my house. This is a basket that I use when I am going outside to do spells, and I have to carry a lot of stuff. It's got a great handle. And I throw all my shit in there, and instead of making 10 trips up and down the stairs, I make like 1 or 2 with my basket. This great box. Look at that, guys. It's shaped as a coffin. Isn't that fabulous? My daughter got that. Guess where? Michael's. This is where all of my little bags are. All color. This I should really organize, like color-wise or something, because they're really a mishmash. They're not size, they're just all like shoved in there, so when I need them for sachet bags or whatever, they're all together and in there. Underneath that I have a plastic box. Guess where? I won't even say it. So this, when I do get creative and I'm doing my book of shadows, I've got all of my paper, empty paper here that I can use when I get creative, which doesn't happen too often, but it does happen from time to time. So this is all of my paper. Over here is just, what the fuck is that? Oh, just shit, you know, stuff to, like stamps and feathers and stuff like that. And the same with underneath. That's another box of like tchotchkes, stickers, for my book of shadows and stuff when I get creative, like I said, which isn't too often. Down here, this 3/4 row, this is full of candles. It's very heavy. I've got a shit ton of candles in there. Keep them all together. This is all empty jars. I'm probably gonna knock this over. Really hard to see, but yeah, all empty jars when I make stuff. Make candles or whatever. Same in here. Glass jars. Down below, I do have some empty boxes, and then things used for crafting, like soy wax and borax to make detergent. Empty things. This I used to, oh, I still have crystals in there. I have crystals in here. And just some tchotchkes over here, you know, empty bottles and so forth again. So yeah, that's it. That's like my craft closet and my witchy closet and all that good stuff. I also got that great little cauldron down there at Target for like, I think 15 bucks. It's actually a really nice size, although it's not cast iron. I don't know what it is, but anyway, that's it, guys. That's my witchy room. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry it's so long. I was hoping this would be like 10 minutes, but it's more like 20. So anyway, blessed be, and I hope you guys have a great day.